Have you ever pondered how a single person can alter history's trajectory? Let's journey back to the era of Exodus, a time of epic upheaval and divine intervention. It was a period marked by the rise of Moses, a Hebrew child born in secrecy, who would later free his people from the clutches of the Pharaoh. From being raised in the heart of Egyptian power to becoming a fugitive, Moses' life was a dramatic testament to the struggle for freedom. Imagine encountering a divine presence in the most unexpected of places. This is the experience Moses, a humble shepherd, had one fateful day. As he was tending to his flock, he stumbled upon a sight that would forever change his life. A bush that was on fire but not consumed by the flames. This was no ordinary bush. This was a divine manifestation of God. From within the flames, a voice called out to Moses. God, speaking through the burning bush, revealed his plan for Moses. He was chosen to liberate the Israelites from their bondage in Egypt. God's voice echoed with a divine mandate, a call to action that Moses could not ignore. This encounter was more than a spectacle. It was a turning point. It marked the beginning of a journey for Moses, filled with trials and tribulations. It was the start of a divine mission. With a newfound purpose, Moses sets off to confront the Pharaoh. What would it take to break the will of a stubborn ruler? Let's delve into the 10 plagues, a series of divine disasters, each one more devastating than the last, unleashed upon Egypt by God himself. The first plague turned the Nile into blood, making the life-giving river a source of death. This was followed by a plague of frogs, then lice, and then a swarm of flies. The fifth plague was a disease that killed the Egyptians' livestock. Not stopping there, the sixth plague brought boils upon the Egyptians. The seventh sent hail, devastating crops and livestock alike. The eighth plague was a swarm of locusts, which ate what was left of the crops. The ninth plunged Egypt into darkness, and the 10th, the most severe of all, took the lives of every Egyptian firstborn. These 10 plagues were a divine demonstration of power and judgment. With his country in ruins, the Pharaoh finally relents. What does freedom taste like after centuries of enslavement? Imagine the feeling of liberation as the Israelites embarked on a journey, leaving behind the land of Egypt, the land of their oppression. It was a journey fraught with uncertainty, but hope was their compass, guiding them towards a land of promise. They came upon the Red Sea, an obstacle seemingly insurmountable, but miracles have a way of showing up when least expected. As Moses raised his staff, the sea parted, creating a path for the Israelites to cross. Behind them, the Pharaoh's army was in hot pursuit, but they were undeterred. As the last of the Israelites reached the other side, the sea roared back into its place, swallowing the Pharaoh's army whole, wiping away the last vestiges of their tormentors. It was a clear sign. Their past was behind them, and a future of freedom lay ahead. The Israelites, once slaves, are now a free people. How does a group of former slaves become a nation? This is the question that leads us to the pivotal moment on Mount Sinai, where the 10 Commandments were revealed. These commandments were not just rules, they were the moral and spiritual bedrock upon which the nation of Israel was to be built. Picture this. Moses ascends Mount Sinai shrouded in smoke as the Lord descended upon it in fire. The mountain trembles, the trumpets sound, and the voice of God echoes, delivering the 10 Commandments. These commandments, 10 in total, provide a framework for a righteous life. They cover everything from honoring one's parents, to not committing murder or adultery, to not coveting what belongs to others. These commandments were a divine gift, a blueprint for a society built on respect, honesty, and reverence for God. They were designed to guide the Israelites in their interactions with each other and with the divine, setting them apart from other nations. In receiving these commandments, the Israelites were not just agreeing to a set of rules. They were entering into a sacred covenant, a binding agreement with God. This covenant was the cornerstone of their identity as a nation, a constant reminder of their unique relationship with God. From the burning bush to the top of Mount Sinai, the Exodus story is a tale of liberation, divine intervention, and the birth of a nation. Scene script. In just a few minutes, we've traversed an epic journey spanning decades. We've witnessed the birth of Moses, his divine calling through the burning bush, the 10 plagues that swept over Egypt, and the great Exodus led by Moses. The climax of our story was the revelation of the 10 Commandments, a cornerstone of moral conduct. The Exodus story is a testament to the power of faith and the indomitable human spirit, reminding us that even in the face of great adversity, hope and liberation are possible.